Grace Bogdanove serves as Vice President of the WNY Nursing Home Division for 1199 Service Employees International Union Healthcare Workers East. She was unanimously elected President of the Buffalo AFL-CIO Central Labor Council, becoming the second woman to lead the council. Ms. Bogdanove has been recognized as one of City and State's Labor 40 Under 40, an honor that highlights emerging leaders in organized labor throughout New York State. She earned her degree from Cornell University's School of Industrial and Labor Relations. Welcome to WNY, Grace.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Take us along the arc of your career path from Cornell's ILR to where you are today.
Sure. So it actually all starts in Buffalo, right next door to this office. So when I was heading into my junior year of college in the ILR program, I did a summer internship called the High Road Fellowship, and I was placed with the Western New York Area Labor Federation, AFL-CIO. At the time, the Western New York Area Labor Federation was headed by Richard Lipsitz, and the field coordinator in the office was Peter DeJesus, who subsequently became the next president of the Area Labor Federation. And that summer was really formative for me. I wasn't quite sure that I wanted to work in the labor movement. I hadn't quite decided where my career path might take me, but I knew I wanted to help people. And when I got the opportunity to really learn about all of these different unions and all of the workers that they represent, and to see, with my own eyes, and to sit in these rooms, contract negotiations and arbitration cases, and just how fiercely workers are able to defend their own rights and fight for themselves, I decided I wanted to work in the labor movement. And for the next 2 years, while I was finishing school, I had the privilege of working for the Area Labor Federation remotely, doing a lot of their communications work. And after graduating, I ended up working for the Pennsylvania State Education Association for a few months, and then ultimately heard that there was a position open with 1199 SEIU in Syracuse. And I had always wanted to work for 1199, and I always wanted to represent healthcare workers, at least ever since I decided I wanted to join the movement. And so I jumped at the opportunity and organized in Syracuse. I represented workers at 6 nursing homes. And then very shortly after that, I was appointed as the vice president of our North Country region. Served there for about a year, and then again, there was an opportunity to move here to Buffalo, and I thought, what better way than to come back to where it all started in my current role.
Oh, great, thank you. How did you become involved in unions, and why are they so important to you?
I think I explained a little bit of that in my last answer, but I really believe that labor unions and organized labor is the strongest force in the fight for economic and social justice in the United States today and worldwide. Being at the negotiations table, being able to say that we're going to use our collective action as workers, our power, to withhold our labor unless we are treated with dignity, unless we are given the wages and benefits that we so rightfully deserve, and being able to wield real power against the ultra rich in this country, it makes me proud of the work that we do, and it keeps me inspired.
And tell us about your work with 1199 SEIU.
Yeah, so right now I serve as the vice president of our nursing home division in Western New York. So here we represent about 33 nursing homes, workers at 33 nursing homes, about 6,000 healthcare workers. In the Buffalo office of 1199, we represent closer to 12,000 workers, both hospital, nursing homes, and clinics. And we represent wall-to-wall. That's our organizing model, which means we represent folks who do dietary, housekeeping, maintenance, nursing assistants, nurses, anybody in the facility that contributes to the work. Specifically in my job, we represent low-wage healthcare workers, right, in the nursing home industry. And we're up against some of the greediest for-profit owners that there are, all at the expense of the elderly, some of the most vulnerable folks in our community. And so, every day there's a fight to to be fought, and I'm incredibly proud to be a part of that fight, and I have a great team of organizers, and we love what we do.
Great, thank you. Tell us about your work as president of the Buffalo Central Labor Council.
So I've only been in this position since fall of this past year, so I'm still getting my feet under me, but I have a great mentor in Denise Abbott, who held the position for many years prior. As president of the Central Labor Council, it's really important to me that I am up to date on all of the information, that all of the things that are going on with all of our affiliates. It's also really important to me that we build and develop relationships with community organizations that are doing work that is aligned with the work that we do, and work that is very much needed. I think sometimes people forget and maybe don't understand that labor unions are just as vested in the lives of our workers at home as we are in their lives at work. And so as Central Labor Council president, that's also very important to me.
Very well said. What local, national, or international labor leaders, past or present, have inspired you?
That's a tough question. I like to think about folks who have been mentors to me personally. Richard Lipsitz has been a dear friend of mine and a wonderful mentor since I started in this movement. His advice and his wisdom has always come in handy. He had a long career with the Teamsters, many, many years with the Western New York Area Labor Federation. So I consider him somebody that I hold very dear to my heart. And also, I think the current leadership of 1199 at SEIU, Yvonne Armstrong is our president, and Veronica Turner-Biggs is our secretary-treasurer, newly elected to their positions as of last year. Two very dynamic, strong Black women in this movement who really set an example for what leading such a massive organization and movement really means.
Let's zoom out a bit, and what are the largest challenges that labor faces in the U.S. today?
I think first and foremost it is oligarchy in the United States. It's the rise of fascism in the United States. I think the labor movement and working people really need to get back to our roots. We need to reestablish class solidarity, class consciousness. I think that we are distracted and we are fighting on all facets, right? We've got the federal government, very anti-union. We've got employers who are emboldened to be anti-worker, to retaliate, to union bust. We have the gig economy, so the nature of work is changing. It's making things more challenging for unions, so we have to change our strategies, how we organize, how we represent workers. So I think there's a whole lot that we're up against, but I think we're a resilient movement, and I think we're going to do okay.
And we'll conclude with what gives you hope for the future of union labor in the U.S.
I think it is the sense of urgency that I'm feeling from not only the leadership of our unions in our movement, but the rank and file. Our working class people are really starting to understand exactly what the consequences are of fascism, of the Trump administration, and are ready to stand up and do something about it. I also think that young workers are giving me a lot of hope. There's so much energy right now to organize. I think it's putting pressure on union leadership to rise to the occasion and make sure that we are organizing these workers and securing them first contracts and building our movement.
Grace Bogdanove, thank you for coming in and sharing your thoughts with us today.
Thanks for having me.